Hi.
Hello, everyone. Well, it is the middle of September in 2023, and we're in the first section. I'm substituting for Rita Tan today, and I'm Dee Dee Hilke. And we're going to be working on Parry Block and Punch. Today we've done a little work in the prior class. We're gonna consolidate Parry Block and Punch today, go through the details on that, and then see where we go from there. So let's begin by practicing everything we know so far. Let's get in prepare. Your bottom half should be heavy, very relaxed, very extended. Your spine is long and straight and centered. Your head gently, gently, gently lifting up and opening. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hands and step forward. White crane. Spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Right brush knee and push. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Step up, parry, block, and punch. All right, how is that feeling? Questions about any of that you'd like to review? Oh, Dita's here. Welcome, Dita. So got a great class today. Lots of folks. Any questions? All right. Well, then what I'm going to suggest is that we practice let's see, parry, block, and punch a couple of times in a couple of directions, and then we're going to go through parry, block, and punch in detail. but just to sort of remember it. So let's actually do it in the direction that we normally do it, out of left brush knee, that last left brush knee. So our left hand is down by our left knee. Our chest is square to 9 o'clock, and we're striking out. Parry, block, and punch. Left hand rises, and this is just like left foot turns out, just like in the brush knees. Then swing step, one line, two sides, shifting our weight, block, punch. I'm doing it from a couple of different directions. You can do it whatever direction you want. I just want you to be able to get lots of views of it. And if you have any questions, but we'll go through it from the footwork on up. So here we are again going in the other direction where you'll be able to see a little better. And beginning parry, block, and punch. Both arms coming down, making a fist with that right hand, stepping one line, two sides, and parry, block, punch. Now I'm going to do it towards you. So you have every possible view. And then we'll take it all apart. So here we are. This is my right hand with this colored sleeve. And coming up, left foot goes out, and arms circling down, making a fist halfway down, swing, step, one line, two sides, and moving forward, turns, step for a bow step and block and punch. All right, so let's go through the footwork. So from here, we're in a left bow step when we start. So you can just follow me straight towards your camera if you have room. So what do we do first? We shift back just as we do if we're doing lots of brush knees. Pulling the weight, we bend our back knee, shifting back along our center line and moving the weight in our left front foot more into the heel, and then turning out. You only have to move back as far as you need to sort of naturally move that weight into the heel. You're going to turn that foot out. Then we're going to go stand in the corner. So you're going to shift your weight on the diagonal until you stand in the corner. Swing your foot through and step one line in the center, two sides with your right foot out towards the corner. And you don't stop, you stand on that right foot. Notice my left heel is up. You want to get really standing on that right foot because the next thing you're going to do is turn. So make sure you could lift this foot up. In the end, don't turn before you can lift this foot up. Then we're going to turn and step out for a bow step. Root with the heel and come forward, heel, ball, toe in a bow step. So let's do that footwork so you can see it from the side. I'm in a bow step. I come back. My left foot goes out. I go stand in the corner. I turn my thigh and step one line, two sides with my toe pointing out towards the other corner. Then I shift my weight and stand there. Step out for a bow step with my left foot, root, heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Now, there's some things that happen with our upper body, but we'll get back to that. Just like in brush knee, when you bend that knee, in the end, you're gonna turn your waist square. Okay, so just like in brush knee, when you go like this, you kind of hold back, and then as you really bend that knee, you turn to throw your strike. Same thing happens at the end of parry, block, and punch, in that when you bend the knee, it's just heel, ball, toe, bend knee, right? When you bend the knee, you'll be finishing that turn with power to strike. So how's the footwork? So let's practice it just a little more so you feel comfortable with it. From here, just literally follow me, come towards the camera if you have any room. Coming back a little bit and out with the left foot. Stand on the left foot. Right foot comes in one line, two sides, and you're gonna stand on the right foot. And out. For a bow step. One more time. Out, coming back, coming out. This is very similar to how we've done with the brush knees, right? And then we'll come in and put this foot here and turn and step. And we're facing this way, and when we punch, as we're finishing that step, as we punch, our chest will go square to 9 o'clock eventually, but square to where the direction you're going. So let's talk about what the arms are doing. I'm going to show you from here. If you don't have a problem, it could get very confusing because I'm coming at you, so you don't have to do it, but if you can, great. So we've done a brush knee. The left hand rises. You've done this before. It rotates as the other comes out. So let me make this clear for all of these. As your left arm comes up, or as the arm near your knee comes up, you're going part way back. So it only comes about halfway up. Then it rotates and it's pointing towards the middle forearm, and they're right in front of you. Now, normally you go to the corner, right? And then you swung like this. You're going to do the same kind of thing, except your right hand is going to go down first. And halfway down, it's going to make a fist. And then it's going to go turning palm down so that, look at this. You see, it's pointing. It's just like at the end of a brush, at the beginning part of a brush knee. That's where it ends up. And notice how the face here, actually your palm is down. If you opened it's hard to see. I'm going to make it so you can see it. You can see that my fingers are pointing here. All right, so that's how it starts. Coming up, coming in, just a rotation, right? Now both arms circle down as we shift our weight, and you make a fist, and as you finish your swing, you step, but this time you're stepping one line, two sides. That's right, Rima, good correction. Then we stand on the right foot. Nice. And then if you're strong enough, you stand on that right foot and you literally sort of spin there. Nice. And you make sure you're in a bow step. You're ready for a bow step. Okay, let's go back and try again, because I can see some of you weren't quite ready for a bow step. Don't forget that bow step. All right, here we go. Coming up, coming to the center, right? We've done this a million times. Coming down, make that fist. Just swing the arms just like you would, except you've got to switch it. You're coming through one beautiful one line, two sides, Rima. And come forward, stand. Nice job. All right, here we go. Now sort of spin. Are you comfortable? Spin. Nice, bow steps. All right, do you see how you're turned towards the corner? That's what we want. Nice job. And you're coming forward. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee, finish that turn. Nice. So what happens is this arm, it's really interesting because this arm is out there and you basically turn into it. You see how it's not moving very much? It's because I turn into it. It should end up about a fist distance away, your fist, about a fist distance away from your middle forearm, which is like your almost middle forearm, right? And this is in case somebody gets a punch in and you've got to deflect it. That's what's happening with that arm. Rima, did you have something to ask?
Somehow I didn't end up in a bow stance. My foot was only part way out, so I must have placed it incorrectly at some point, but I don't know where.
Well, let's try it again. Okay, we'll do it from this direction. So we can really see the footwork. Coming up, those arms are coming up just like you would in brush knees, and they come to the center. Now both arms circle down. As you stand in the corner, you've made a fist. As your foot swings through one line, two sides, you're looking back, and again, it's very similar to brush knee. Then you go and you stand in front, and that left hand is really pretty much near your shoulder, but it's backing up that right fist. We'll look at that again. Stand on that right foot, spin, step out, get where you need it for a bow step, and punch. Turn your chest square. Okay, we'll do it from the side now. Oh, good. It's making your legs work. You're not hurting them, are you, Rima?
No, I am. I'm hurting my knees. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing, and now I'm losing track of the movement, but this is
okay. It's all right. Take very, very small steps, and it's okay If your bow step is narrow, it won't be the end of the world. Just don't have it like this, right? Have a little difference in what you're doing. Yeah, see what you're doing. Take smaller steps forward, right? You can do this move. You can do this move, you know, with really small steps, right? They can be really small steps. That's all right. I'm not used to doing it, but you can do it. You know, you don't have to. I take really big, giant steps. It depends on how much you're bending your knees, how big your steps will be. How's it going, Rogelio? That looks good. That looks good. Okay, very close. All right, so here's a couple of details. All right, so I'm going to come closer. So at the beginning of all of this is the same, right? That's looking okay. Now, you just came way down here before you came over and up. Watch how I do it. I come in like this, I come halfway down, and then I just bend across. Do you see how I didn't go down? Because this is what I'm actually doing. Somebody's coming at me. This is my first parry. Parry, parry, parry. Somebody's coming at me. I'm turning, they're coming here. I'm turning, so here is not available, and I'm deflecting them. And then I come back and I deflect it this way. So what we're doing here is right here, I want you to think, as you're coming down, you know, you come down, I want you to think that you're parrying it across. Okay, now you're going to look back, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you are, because that's the way it's done. And then you're going to come forward and get ready for the next parry.
All right.
And then it's here that you're going to get it. So that parry comes like this. Down here, and you keep your body shape. So you were very close. So let's try it again. We're coming up, coming to center. Now we're going to come down, halfway down, and then we're just going to turn and bend that arm, this forward arm. Then stand on that right foot. Think about this spot now. That's why you're spinning. Get your body out of the way. Right, it's just a spin. All you have to do is this. You don't have to take it out, just down. Okay? I mean, think about it. It will go out because you're turning. I mean, it will deflect because you won't be there anymore. Try again. Left hand comes up, hands come to center. Both hands go down, make that fist. And step. Stand on the right foot as the other hand comes forward. Let me show you this from the side. I want you to see the angle of this. Do you see from this angle, it looks almost straight up. From this angle, it's clearly diagonal, right? But it's fairly up in this dimension. So we don't want it here. We want it here.
Okay.
It's a very sharply, it's not super bent, but it's nice, nice.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
way, this way, this way. Turn, rotate it.
Oh,
Rotate the forearm. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, you've almost got it. Now it's called a block. So what you're doing, you're not so much striking because you're not going to actually have a lot of power. Think about it. You're going to have the spin, but that's all you got. It's not like this punch, right? Where you've got 2 feet really solidly and you can really push from the back foot. It's not like that. It's a block, but that block is going to keep away or grab or whatever you end up doing with that hand. But you don't want to block like this. You want to block with almost a straight arm, Tai Chi straight, okay? That way you'll get an effective technique. So let's try it again. And coming up, coming to center, coming down, turn, step, and there you go. That left hand's got to reach out. There, the arm. There you go. And then heel, ball, toe, turn the upper body. Yes.
so the left, oh, from here, the left hand sort of closes in to, so when you punch, the hand is not like that anymore. It's now like
Yeah,
sideways.
but if you think about where it is, it was, you were turned.
Uh-huh.
So if I just let this arm bend, do you see? It's almost, because I turn.
Oh, it's
This arm gets closer. You see?
okay.
It's interesting. So in the end, yes, you'll think about it going there, but you really don't have to move much to get it there. Rima, let's work with you for a minute. So what's up?
I think I've just sort of forgotten. I didn't make it to class the last couple of weeks, so I'm a little lost, but I'm rotating over
You're
like,
not, you're,
on the
you're,
outside of my knee, so I keep finding my weight and then my knees hurt. So I'm a little, it's
yeah,
okay.
You want to be really careful what you're doing. Yes. So how about we do the footwork, just the footwork, but stop if it's going to hurt, and keep things small. Keep things small, and feel your feet completely, feel your weight completely on every part of your foot and not on the outside and not on the inside of your feet. If that's happening, chances are things are a little better aligned. And I know that's a problem with some bodies because they're ultra flexible. So you're going to come back and you're going to take the whole leg and turn it out way up here. You're not going to just turn your foot out. You're going to turn that leg out. And then you're just going to gently, again, sort of from the heel to the ball. But I want you to feel as you do that, move, just sort of push with the back foot and make sure your weight is evenly distributed. You shouldn't hurt your knee. Now this one should be free and you can just lay it down. And The only way you're going to lay it down is do the same thing on this side. You see how I'm grabbing my thigh? I'm rotating it gently. And you could put it down, and then you're going to put your weight so that it's all on top, so that it's not on the outside and it's not on the inside. And then you're going to stand there. If you need to bring this foot in here, that's all right. It's always okay to come and bring your foot to the center. And then just step out for the bow step, heel, ball, toe. Now, when you step out, you are moving your center, but I want you to feel as it comes down, you should feel it completely going like this up your foot. You shouldn't feel it like going up the side or anything like that. Feel it just going up the foot. Was that a little better?
Yeah, but it was partly because we did it slowly. So every time I saw something wrong, I had time to correct it before I put my weight on it. However,
Yeah,
when
go
you
ahead.
say to turn your whole thigh out, my thigh goes fine. I mean, I can actually do it.
Oh, don't go too far. Just
No,
go.
but what happens is I'm turning my thigh, I think, too far. So
Don't do that.
I don't know if you can see, like every time you said that, I did
Yeah, that's
this,
too far. That's
and
too
then
far.
my knee is beyond, so I need
Right.
to not turn it quite so far.
Right.
I
What
think.
you're trying to do is just turn your leg as if it's one thing. You see my knee? You see how, I mean, I have a lot tighter body than you do, right? So you just want to turn it like that. And you're opening a little here, but it doesn't have to open. What I just don't want you to do is this, right? Here, I'm going to put this here. I don't want you doing this, right? Just trying to do it with your foot, because people say turn your foot out. It's not your foot. It's here that you're turning out, but only as far as you need to. And you should be able to just kind of look down and say, yeah, it's all going out together. And I realize that could be a real challenge for you to just keep things together, right? Yeah, you don't want,
Like,
you have a wobbly body, so you're going to have to take good care of it, right? It has nothing to do with, yeah. So
I can't do that unless I look down. Like otherwise, if you just tell me to turn out from the hip.
So for a while, you're going to have to do that and figure out how you can feel it. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be different from you yeah, no, it's not this. It's not this somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that. It's literally just as if you were a doll where they were all attached. Right. And your knee is going at the same time. Your knee is going at the same time as you're going out. And I know just that act may be hard for you to keep your body together, but somehow, and if you ever feel that your knee is not there, you really do need to say, how is it over my foot, and how is my foot laying on the ground to keep yourself safe? Let's see, Rohelia, how's it coming? This is much better. This is much better. Yeah. Much better. It's doing better. So yeah, much better. So I'm going to suggest we do it together. And Rima, just do whatever, as slow as you want, whatever part of it, because we really don't want to, endanger your bod. It's going to be more of a challenge for you than most people. So here we are. Right arm is in a strike. I'm going to remind you guys, you're coming up halfway. And now that left foot's turning out as that left arm rotates. This right hand is, this edge is kind of forward. That front edge is kind of forward. Now we very carefully shift our weight onto that left foot, and we stand there, releasing the back foot. I want you to stop a second, open your fingers, and see if they're pointing towards the middle of forearm. Then you can close them. Looking good, you guys. Then we're gonna stand on that front foot and get our knee over that front foot, our whole weight over that front foot, but it needs to feel it's okay. And this is the problem, because if it's not, you can't spin and swing. That was beautiful, Rima. Nice. Then, that's a nice bow step too. Then we're just going to come forward and turn. Yes, that's it. Hopefully that didn't hurt, Rima. Looks better.
It didn't that time.
We just, honestly, you know, some bodies, and I'm that way now too, if it starts to hurt, you have to stop, you know, or you have to go back and slow it down, which means it's going to be great exercise. It's going to be strong. You're going to be stronger for it. But you really want to make sure. They call this the bubbling well. Hilke, have you been exposed to bubbling well? So the bubbling well is kind of this point right here on your foot, but and it's also that point that, you know, we can all kind of, if you can jump, you know, I mean, you're actually, there's a springiness in feet that don't wear shoes. Like I don't wear ordinary shoes, and there's a springiness in my feet that other people don't have. But anyway, it's this kind of point right here, right behind the ball. And when they say you want to kind of have that centered, what they really mean, what we really mean by that is, the way to know is that your whole foot feels like it's on the ground. And that's what I was telling Rima, is that when you come forward and we say heel, ball, toe, it's as if you're doing this. You know, you're just laying it down. And when you do, you don't do this. You don't lay it down like this or lay it down like this. So when you're doing your Tai Chi, if you ever find yourself, with maybe one exception, which is there's a 1 point in single whip where you might find yourself on the edge. But you generally speaking, you should feel that whole foot flat. And if that whole foot is flat, your body has a much better chance up atop of being aligned. It's kind of like your canary in the mine, you know, that's going to tell you that there's some issue going on that is not good. If you find yourself on the outside edge or the inside edge, your knee is not aligned with your body. Okay. So you really, as you put your foot down, you really, that's one way most of us can tell. I don't know if it's going to work for you, Rima, but it might with that. All right. Do we want to practice this with the brush knees, or do we want to go on to a parent closing up where there's a lot less footwork? Might be better for you, Rima.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't quite.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Rima.
I don't quite have the sequence in my head, so I would just assume practice. But if
okay, let's practice then.
Let's
practice is good. Let's practice. No, this is very good.
But he was going to say something.
Okay, Rogelio, what did you want to say?
Yeah, just saying is as part of the sequence, we could end up with a cross hand, because we can sort of close the section as a single form by itself, so.
Sure. Well, before we
Building
leave today,
That's great.
before we leave today, we'll do it even the parts we haven't learned yet in the section 1 class. Yeah, we'll finish we'll go through and just do it so we can do the whole thing together and not keep stopping. I got that. But that's the great suggestion. Let's do it this way. First, with an emphasis on footwork. Left foot is forward in a bow step. Right hand is up. We've just done a brush knee. So we're going to come up into that transition like we've done before. So my hands are centered. Then they're coming down, swinging down. My weight shifts, stepping through one line, two sides. Keeping moving forward, standing on that right foot. Spinning, swinging for that bow step. So see at that spin, you're not moving forward, you're spinning. Then heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Now we're going to do it in this direction. If you have any room at all. If you don't, do it in whatever direction works for you. From here, left hand rises, rotates, and they come together as our left foot goes out. Go shift weight to that corner foot. Swing, step, one line, two sides. Going forward, foot comes up. Heel is up of the back foot. I am very, very secure on my right foot, so I spin, turning to the right. Left foot goes out in the bow step, roots, and punch, turning my upper body as I shift forward. Now I'm going to turn around and do it back this way. Left foot is forward. Right hand is striking. Chest is square. Just that transition we've done so many times. Left foot goes out, left arm rotates. Arms are right at the center. Shifting my weight all over to that left side. Swing, step, one line, two sides. Moving forward. Stand on the whole foot and that front foot. When you know you're stable, spin to the right, and then forward and turn your upper body square as you punch. One detail we didn't talk about, but I think everybody's doing it. This hand has been here, right? It's here. And then as you throw it up, it does rotate. It's a very natural move. So you're not like doing this. It's not like an uppercut or something, right? It's this. It's this. You're throwing it here. You turn and you throw. So that's what's happening. Let's do it one more time. Remember, I'm going to do it away from you where you can't really see what's going on except the footwork. And when in doubt, only do the footwork. And we do that beginning part. Left foot goes out, arms to the center. Go stand on that left foot. Swing, step one line, two sides. And arms coming up. Stand on that right foot. And spin, step, and punch. I want you to see that I did not do a perfect bow step. I'm not quite wide enough. Even your teacher gets distracted and doesn't do a perfect bow step. Is it feeling a little better, Rima?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. All right, so Rogelio has suggested that we do, and I think it's a great idea. Let's see if we can do it through twice before we leave. And maybe I'll give some tips on some of the moves. Rima, while we do section one, we're going to do section one, all of section one. I think you've been exposed to all of it before. Rogelio has too. And we'll do all of section one. And when we're doing it, feel free to just worry about the footwork or slow it down or whatever. We'll do it pretty slow. Okay? So we're going to do it through twice if we have time. So when you're in prepare, this is another time to feel like your whole foot is on the floor. You're aware of your toes, you're aware of your heels. You're about to sit on a chair at any moment. You know, you could sort of say, oh, there's that chair, there's that chair, I could sit on that chair. You want to have that sense that your spine is ready to just descend. It just hasn't yet. And it's very long. That looks really lovely. And opening, those arms floating up, little wave at the top and pushing down like a ball through water. I'm going to shift a little bit to the left, turn out to the right, and push a button as we descend, close step, lift a giant macaw on that left arm, hold its tail, and right ward off, shifting right, turning right, all our weight to the left, grabbing, pulling, and close step. Small bird on that arm. You've petted its tail and roll back, arms rotating, body turning to the right, and then swinging to the left as you go back. Reeling your arms in and pressing out. Straightening your arms out and over a ball and up the diagonal for push. Single whip, shifting back, hands flatten. Grab with that left arm, pull, throw somebody in the corner. Pushing down over your chest and then up. Make that hook. Step, deflect, and strike. Raise hands and step forward. Arms flying back. It's almost as if somebody pulled you back by your belt into your first empty stance. Pulling down, circling your arms, stepping for white crane. And here comes a left brush knee. Drop that elbow. Rotate your palm. One up, one down. Swing step. Polish the table and strike. Hand strums the lute. Give way, shake hands. Push with the ball. Heel touch. Strum that lute. And another left brush knee. Swing. Step. Polish the table. And strike. Right brush knee, left arm up halfway. Arm rotates, foot goes out, and now a brush knee on the other side. And back to the original left brush knee. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee. If you need more room, adjust. And parry, block, and punch. Again, that beginning, now the arms circle down, make that fist, step through one line, two sides, stand, spin, bow step, block, and punch. Going ahead and finishing this section, apparent closing up. Little turn to the left, right arm goes forward, arms cross, right arm opens, coming back, turning, getting ready for push, pushing, and cross hands, chop, shifting left, bringing that right foot back, crossing your arms into cross hands. Finishing by doing closing, presenting your arms palm up, sort of putting end caps on them with little circles and pushing down as if you're pushing a ball into water. Wait a second or two and bring your arms back. How'd that go? All right, we're going to do it a little faster now, more normal speed. I'm just going to call it, but feel free to just do what makes sense to you and your body. Prepare. Opening. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Right brush knee and push. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Parry Block and Punch. A parent closing up. Cross hands. Finish. I'm sorry, closing. Finish. Any last questions or comments? All right, I see some thumbs up. I see some smiles. Thanks everyone for joining me today.
Thank you.
I think Rita will be back next week. Take care.
Thank you so much.